Okay. Cuba, in Selma you played Fred Gray.
Yes.
Did you feel a responsibility when Ava DuVernay give you that role? And do you think that movies like that are necessary?
100%. Yes. Whenever you portray a real character, and I've done that a few times, not just in Selma, but in Pearl Harbor, Dory Miller, Master Chief Carl Bashir, and Men of Honor, you want to make sure that there's an essence to their heroism or their courage, their resiliency that shines through the performance. And I think there's a part of that based on the collective content of my roles that shine through the one character that I play. So I know my history of my performances inform that character's actions. But I think there's a responsibility there, 100%.
One of your first big roles has been in Boyz in the Hood.
Yes.
And it is a movie that is really, still really topical. What kind of experience has it been?
It's been really interesting because when I started in this business, I was 18 and now I'm 54. And when I was 18, I knew who my fans were. They were basically people my same color who looked my age, men and women who were going through the same things I was going through, or they were film critics or film, auteurs or people who appreciated cinema that found that movie and loved it. Today, I see children to adults who found that film and found something in it that they could relate to. So it's been life-changing now to still see people affected today.
I think that American Crime Story, The People versus O.J. Simpson, has been one of the best TV shows of our time, and I would like to know how it's been to have the chance to recreate something that is still so recent in our memory and so radical in our pop culture.
Well, that's the goal, right? I mean, you don't make a painting if you don't want anybody to see it. And that was a movie that I knew people were going to be interested in the subject matter. And all I had to do was make sure I brought some truth to the performance so that they could feel that they understood what O.J. Simpson, Nicole Brown Simpson, and Ron Goldman, what these characters went through and how their lives interacted and how it affected not just the community they lived in, but the world community they lived in, and define that time period in America, be it with racial violence and police brutality and whatnot. So it's an honor. I find that as important an experience as winning any award.
You've been part of many cult movies, from Jerry Maguire to Man of Honor. Which is the role you remember with more affection, and why?
Probably a film I did called Men of Honor, because Master Chief Carl Bashir shaped me as a man. Mm-hmm. He changed my life as a man. To hear his story, I remember saying how upset I was that I didn't know that happened. And after President Barack Obama, the world was saying, how could this happen? A black man, president of the free world, or the free, of the United States. And yet, when you look at our history as African Americans, you see it was an inevitability. You see that we had all the pieces all along to make something as magical as that happen.
Which are the movies you grew up with?
Sorry, say it again?
Which are the movies you grew up with, the movies that shaped you?
I mean, how much time you got? The Bridge Over the River Kwai, Lawrence of Arabia, On the Waterfront, In the Heat of the Night, Sunset Boulevard, all of Stanley Kubrick. I mean, it's like, I like interesting black and white films like Man Bites Dog, and of course, The Shining I watch every month, it seems, when I want to watch. There's certain movies that I can just sit and watch again. And then even more modern films like No Country for Old Men. Mm-hmm. I can watch as good as it gets and forget I'm in it until I see myself, So it's just, there's certain directors that when their work comes out, I run to it, And of course, early Spielberg, there's These are all movies that shaped my life, you know, and even going back further to The Wizard of Oz, in the first Superman movie with Christopher Reeve, and yeah, I could do this for a very long time.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.